Well, we got Doc all rounded up. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, the Backcountry Cowboy. My name's Caleb. If you're new here, I ride mules and take my two dogs, Bingo and Bluey, and we go on some pretty cool adventures. So this is Doc. He's my 3-year-old, and he gets to start getting out and packing more. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these stirrups off because I got saddle panniers. And I don't want that getting caught in the brush. So I'll pull those off and then I'll stick the panniers on. I'll load it with a saw and a cooler for the day. The plan is I'm gonna head out with some friends and we're gonna go set some trail cameras up in some spots. And yeah, so we'll be doing that today. I'm gonna go check the water levels, where if you've seen my other videos, I dropped my camera in the water. It's like a GoPro, but it's made by DJI. So I'm kind of waiting for that to get lower because I think it's in at least 100-foot section of this creek. But once it gets lower, I'll know for sure. Taking a little cooler, throw that in here. Give him some width that he can kind of figure out how to keep away from the trees for right now. And with that, I'm going to be taking a saw. This is a Greenworks 80 volt with an 18-inch bar, and it's probably one of the best saws, electric saws I've ran. What's nice about them is what you do once you're done cutting. I've used gas chainsaws, but they just get so hot and then I end up having to carry it before putting it in the bag. So this, I just slide right in the pannier. It doesn't, the bar will get hot eventually, but you have no exhaust that's melting through your bags. So I use that and it works out pretty good. And I just set it in there just like that, sticking out the back, toss the cover over, and should be completely good for the day. He's never packed the saw, so hopefully he's not smashing the trees, but he has a good mind. Nothing really phases him too much. He's just a big baby. He throws his fits, but get him packing and going this year, and then hopefully, well, I'll start him in the fall, start riding him more, and he'll be the one that I start riding next year a bunch. And then Karma, one I usually ride, probably start transferring her to my kids' mule. Right now they have a pretty old mule. She's close to 30. She isn't doing great. I dropped her off this morning out to my brother's place where he's got a pasture, and just gonna let her hang out there right now. She can't do some of the harder trails. I mean, she can go up on the easier stuff, but we'll see how she fares. But I trust Karma to take the kids. She doesn't do anything dumb on the trails. So I picked up a saddle yesterday. I got it from a local Western shop, and seems to fit pretty good on everything I had. I tried it out last night, and I had to switch out all my Latigos and cinches and stuff to make it work, but be the first time using that. Hopefully, I got a 3-day return policy on that one, so it'll be a perfect time to try it out for a few hours and see exactly how it works, if I'm creating any dry spots or if it's just uncomfortable to ride. I'd prefer it to have some bucking rolls on there, but until I'm for sure keeping it, I won't mount them. But if I do keep it, yeah, I'll just mount it in here. It's just a lot nicer to use. We're at a spot where had good elk sign. Came into his meadow. Ended up pushing out a 2-point elk, cow and a calf. So it should be a decent spot to set up a camera. Find a spot that's good in the trees and get one set up, and then in a few months come back and check it out, see what's on there. First, need to make way through all this timber. It's never a good spot to get over this stuff. Whew. I'd been in this spot last year in the tree line. There's some pretty good elk wallows, so I'm just trying to figure out if I can find out where that spot is. It'd be a good, not that they're going to use it this time of year, but it might be a good spot to set the camera up along the trail where they're coming in at and see what it picks up on. So I'll go look around through all this junk and find a spot. But once get out of these trees, which is just crap everywhere, and walk through. And get into the main meadow. Pretty nice. I got the mules tied up over there. This grass is, shoot, waist high. I mean, this is about as good of a game trail as you could hope for. It's pretty steep going up this sucker though. But this is where the elk ran that we spooked out of the meadows. Then come down and feed down there. Set a camera up on this and see what happens. It's definitely not fun hiking in spurs and cowboy boots, but it's what we got going. Well, those didn't stay very good, huh? Who did that? Jeez. On a horn this time, huh? You clear yourself out of the spot yet? Hey. Just readjusting some boxes. Got into a tight spot in the trees. We're good now. Well, Doc's not wanting to cross the water. Come on, dipshit. Come on. Come on. It's not leading across. Well, I tried to get Doc across. Wasn't happening, so he's gonna figure things out by himself right now. If I leave him down the trail long enough, maybe this water won't be so scary when he's by himself. But I tried leading him, dragging him. Karma's too small to drag him when he's setting back across the creek. But he's just throwing a baby tantrum right now. He'll be okay. And go back and see what he does. If he does this again, I'm definitely getting a mule halter with the chain underneath so he can't pull back against it. All he's got to do is just come across this little swampy creek thing. It's not even deep. And he's over there just throwing a fit. Well, we got Doc all rounded up. Ended up, well, tying on him, dragging him across it while I broke sticks across his ass. But that's what it took to get him across and over his issue. So that's what we went with. So now we're on our way out and everybody's feeling nice and fresh. So we'll see how it goes. Bingo. So I'm at the infamous bridge where I dropped my other camera, which is right here. End up falling down there. And hopefully it's somewhere between underneath the bridge, this little pocket here, and down that way. In a couple months when it gets lower, like it's just barely going and all the snowfall's run off, I'm gonna come back in here with the metal detector, walk it real thorough, shovel, and hopefully it's just covered in some sand and wedged against a rock. But I'm not gonna hold my breath on it, but it would be pretty cool to find it. And it'd be even better if it worked when I was done. But yeah, so that's basically all I can do right now. I was just checking the water levels and it's a lot farther down than it was, so we'll just go with that for now. Well, don't forget, you know, if you haven't already, please subscribe, hit that like button, appreciate it. And today, this video is a little bit shorter, but it's mostly, there's not really much to the video besides just setting some cameras and getting it done. But I'll be up camping next weekend, so it should be a little bit better. So until next time.